Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up today for PrizePicks and use that promo code Leading Off when you do. It's me, Joey P. Joe Pizzapia. That, of course, is the Welsh. And it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks. Welsh's beard is coming in nicely, too.
It's going to be gone. It's going to be gone in
I don't know.
The minute this is no, I don't have a choice.
Vacation beard Welsh is my favorite Welsh.
Beard Welsh. It comes in all like, that scene in Joe Dirt, we're like, so yeah, it comes in all white trashy like that. Like, that's kind of how I get it. Doesn't come in full, but my wife's not having it. It's already getting cut. The minute we're done with this show, I'm shipping off to Great Wolf Lodge, as I've said. So I'm like here for one show and then I'm gone again. And this has to go. I'm not given a choice.
How can you go to a place like Great Wolf Lodge and not have a beard? I mean, that sounds like a place where beards are mandatory to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're telling me, buddy.
Beards and penicillin. Those are the two things you need at Great Wolf
Hide
Lodge.
some of the fat and say it's great. But yeah, no, thank you. It's coming in a little bit.
Oh, we got a lot of baseball to get to today. Again, shout out to Kelly Kirby, the Wonky Penguin, for helping us out yesterday on short notice. The Welsh is back. You should send her a little, I don't know, like a little Marcus Stroman bobblehead or something like that.
I'll get her something from Great Wolf. I'll get her some wolf ears. I'm gonna
try not to bring her strep throat. Like, just try not, because those places are. I love the water parks. I've been with my kids many times. There's Kalahari, about an hour and 20 minutes from our house.
What?
We've been there twice. Calamari. No, it's called Kalahari. It's the same thing. It's a giant complex. Video games, restaurants, all the kind of things, and the giant indoor water park. And it's great fun. But afterwards, if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody gets sick,
Oh, yeah, I know. Like, I'm already prepared. Everyone be prepared. Yeah. Like, I'm going to do all this. It's like I've missed shows. I'm going to miss tomorrow. Our dear Scott Bogman is going to fill in for me. I'll be ready to go and ramped up for Friday and then next week. And then I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah, it'll take about 24 hours, so you'll be good for Friday show. But it's fun. It's like, we got you on, we got Bogman on, we got Penguin on, we got all kinds of things. Let's get to the baseball, shall we? Tony Gonsolin got his third victory on Tuesday night, limited the Nats to just one run. Of course, it was an amazing 2-strikeout performance for him. I know, super excited in fantasy. Tony Gonsolin continues to defy all logic in pitching, but good for him. Also, by
the way, I just put we've had we're in a weird performance era right now. Did you see the Zach Eflin start the other day where it's like he 7 struck out none at all? I'm telling you, this is the ebb and flows of what goes on with fantasy, especially with betting too, where it's like the predicting felt really good. We're like coming up to this trajectory. Soon as like late May and June comes down, we're coming down where it's like, man, that looks like a really good start. We can get 4 strikeouts and 0. But Tony Gonsolin lives in this like not consistent world. And that start, by the way, I think he had like 4 swinging whiffs. I mean, he has an under 7K per 9 right now. He is a weird fantasy start right now.
Alex Torres in the chat, by the way. Last time I went to Kalahari, I got 2 ear infections. That's right. And look, Mike Mayer's mom apparently lives 500 feet from Kalahari. So there you go. That's
500 feet. That
I don't know.
A little too close. That sounds like
very close to Kalahari.
That's like she lives in Kalahari.
You get on the water slide. You go right out, from your house, right down the water slide. Sounds fun to me. Brandon Bielak, third game of 5+ innings, 1 earned run. He's got 2.45 ERA at home this year. So another starter to watch as things are going on for Houston, with Eduardo Rodriguez hurt. I just talked about this in the waiver wire video. JP France still hanging out there in about half of leagues. Bielak's hanging out there. Like, McCullers is hurt. Eduardo Rodriguez is hurt, so they're not making a trade for him anytime soon. There's opportunity for these guys to continue to, make starts. And as long as they're still decent, there's no press in the next 2 months in June and July for them to make a deal immediately until the trade deadline.
Remember all those Lance McCullers updates? And I was just like, nah, move on.
You were very dismissive, and rightfully so. And we talked about it yesterday, so we won't talk about it again. Anthony Santander, 3 for 4 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs. He's heated up nicely. So as you bought low on him, I don't know if you made one of your trade videos. I don't remember. 327, 406, 609 slash in his last 30 games with 7 bombs and 24 bridges.
Funny enough, he actually was going to be in the video that I think it released today. Everything was a little bit late with Memorial Day. And then I just took him out. I had like 7 players. I always cut it down. If anyone watches the videos, it should be available. I always cut them down to 5 players. I feel like that's a little bit more consumable. Plus, instead of me just like rattling off names, I can give you a little bit more analysis. And he was in the first cut and I knocked him out. So I'm really with this. I'm a big Anthony Santander guy. The things have turned. The hard hit is there. He's a great buy.
Here's a great question here from Timmy Sawyer, our boy Timmy. Lively or Brandon Bielak? Which one do you prefer more? I just did the video, and I will, spoiler alert, Lively's in that video. So again, if you haven't, subscribe to FantasyPros MLB and click the bell for notifications and all that fun stuff. But who would you rather have here in this short period of time? I think Lively for me, actually.
See, what's tough about that is those are two like polar opposites of team contracts. Yeah. One is great. Bielak in the video, I actually do have an Astros guy, and you know, no surprise, it's a bigger name, but it's Hunter Brown, because Hunter Brown's obviously played so well. He's pitching today, you know, cross fingers here. He's pitched so well, but I also think like we're going into another tier of his value. And the only reason I'm bringing this up outside of promoting the video was a fun fact. In 6 starts that Hunter Brown has at least gone 5 innings, he has gotten wins in 5 of those 6. So all I'm pointing out is like, that guy goes 5, he gets a win. He might walk himself into somewhere between 12 and 15 wins this year. So now take it back to whoever the hell is there, Bielak, JP France, you're just going to get more wins. But Ben Lively is the much sexier strikeout option of a pitcher. K percentage in the 27%. Walks are low in the 5s.
I'm a slutter for the Ks, baby. I always am, always will be. You heard me. I would say for the Ks.
The answer in all of this is I would go with Lively because I think it's a little bit sexier right now with those strikeouts, but I think Bielak is more of your wins chase. Maybe a points league guy, Bielak might even be a little bit better so you can pick up some wins.
Better Lively, Blake Lively, or Ben Lively? It's definitely Blake Lively.
Is Blake Lively the crazy one?
No, she's the one that's married to Ryan Reynolds, and they have that hilarious relationship where they troll each other on social media constantly, and it is the funniest. No, Amber Heard is crazy.
Yeah,
no, not to be confused
with the bed and
with the pooping and the things. Yes, I get. I've waited a long time to be able to say that on a live show, and then I said it. So that's.
Oh yeah, well, I'm glad you said it. I was like, what are we doing here? All right.
I think everyone's glad I said it. Kodai Senga fired 7 scoreless innings. He is looking much better here. The ghost forkball was on last night. He had the cool ghost forkball hat. I don't know if you saw this in the post game.
No. What is this?
I know you're a hat guy. He had
I am a hat guy.
It's like this ghost baseball thing, and it's got like a fork in it. And they had this logo too. Like they have the K corner always. They had these ghost forks that they kept hanging up. So it was a ghost with a fork in the middle of it, which was fun too. But the hat that Kodai had last night was very cool in the press conference.
I just typed it in. I'm not seeing it. I want to collect more hats. I'm going to accept all hats that are sent my way. So just let you know.
Look for a post-game press conference hat or something like that. It'll show up somewhere. It's from last night's post-game. Vlad Guerrero 3 for 5 with a run and a 7-2 win over Milwaukee. It's been a kind of a rough year in some regards. I mean, overall, you're happy with Vlad, but you're still kind of waiting for that great Vlad moment. I mean, all the hits yesterday were singles, but over his last 30 games, hitting just 250 with a 303, 413 slash. It's not great. So he's an interesting buy low candidate. Would you be buying low on Vladdy right now? Do you think you
think it's that low?
I don't know. It's been a very unfulfilling Vladdy season at least the last 30 games. I don't know.
Okay, how many first basemen do you think are valued above Vlad then right now? Because I think that's kind of the key point here. And I can put up
that's a good question.
If things want to roll, Fangraphs is not wanting to roll for me. I was going to put up and find out your war leaders here. Let's do that real quick. Let's see, because I think that's the question. Because who are the names? You've got Pete Alonso, Matt Olson are going to be near the top. All right, I got the first base board here. So in war, you've got Freddie Freeman. Yes,
obviously.
This is someone I talked about in the trade video. Yandy Diaz. Yandy Diaz is number 2 in WAR in baseball. By the way, listen to the video because there's crazy stats he has. Just a couple other names: Paul Goldschmidt, Rizzo, Alonso, Olson. Holy cow! Connor Joe has a higher WAR at first base than Vlad Guerrero. But
by the way, do you know Jose Abreu has a negative WAR right now?
Oh, that's fun. I'm not surprised by it. I think negative WAR is a great stat because it's something for them to work through the rest of the year, like building towards not. But Would you take Freeman? You take Goldie over him? Yeah.
Yeah, I would take Goldie over him.
What about Alonso? Alonso hitting 238.
I want Alonso.
Mashing
I don't care
homers.
about the batting average. He got 20 homers. I don't care.
Okay, better one. Matt Olson.
Olsen's the interesting one because Olsen to me is always a streaky guy too. He's always got the big pop. But I kind of wonder if you could piece something together there for Vladdy. I wonder if it's possible.
Would you trade if you had, not that you would do these type of
I would trade Yandy in a package.
You trade Yandy for Vlad. That would be a really
100%.
Interesting one. Okay.
It will. I don't think you could pull it off. You can't pull it off solo, but if you put Yandy with, I don't know, if you put Yandy and Corbin Burns for Vlad Guerrero, that gets it done, I think.
Fun fact, Yandy is winning the fifth category doesn't matter, but 3 of 4 categories over Vlad right now. He has pretty substantially batting average, homers, runs. He has all 3 of those categories. They both have no stolen bases. So just throwing it out there, but that might be a good trade. That might be a good trade right now. So yeah, if you can actually buy him low, I'm with you.
I think you might be able to. See, kick the tires. It's a good time. Shane McClanahan's first loss of the year. It was lost 2-1 because they couldn't score any runs. The Braves bullpen blew a game just a little to the freaking Oakland A's yesterday. Oh, Bryce Elder went 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run. His ERA is now under 2.
If you guys follow our betting group, you can see when we have bets. I threw a couple bets and took a couple days off. Should have taken another day off. And I had Bryce Elder strikeouts. I knew it was going to be a good start with him. He looked good.
I had that on the show yesterday.
Regardless of what everybody said.
Earned runs under, nailed it. Had the strikeouts. All you had to do was get the W in DFS, and it would have been the trifecta. But stupid Atlanta couldn't score any runs against stupid Oakland, the worst team, historically worst team in 90 years. 90 years. But I got something that'll make you feel better. And it's the rookie. Corbin Carroll. Fun fact here. Second time in a month he stole 2 bases in a game and had a home run in the same game. Only 4 other guys aged 22 or younger have done that. Anybody want to take a guess on those young studs who stole 2 bases and hit a home run twice in the same game in the same month? So
Julio Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez? No, it's not Julio Rodriguez. It is a guy named Rodriguez, though, in case you want to know.
Ivan Rodriguez.
No.
Carlos Rodriguez.
Nope. More obvious one.
Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez is one of them. Another
I was just going down the Rodriguez.
One of the other players is current. So if you want to think about a fantastic,
is it another Rodriguez?
It's not another Rodriguez. It's another current. One current player, I should say.
Bobby Witt.
Jr. Nope, it is not, and it's not Benny.
Ronald Acuna.
No, not Ronald Acuna. Mike Trout. That is correct. FantasyPros account got it right there. 2 more guys, both from the 80s. If anybody wants to venture that potential guess here. No, not Ricky Anderson, but that's a good guess there. I'll give some people some time. So 2 more names, 2 steals and a homer in the same game in the same month, under 22 years old. So you got to think phenom kind of guys.
That Corbin Carroll, pretty good.
Pretty good. And that power?
It out there. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Like we said it would be.
Everyone's like, oh, he's 170 pounds wet. He doesn't have power. Huh?
When James Outman overtook him, I doubled down again on Corbin Carroll for Rookie of the Year. I just want to say.
It's so crazy.
It's so feeling.
I feel like I was right or something. It's crazy. He didn't make the All-Star game, by the way. So
Dodge. Absolutely, he's an All-Star.
We should make a bid. I've been thinking about this, but I know you've been busy and it's a tough time, but boy, you and I should be at the All-Star game, even for just the futures game. Do a rookie lookie. FantasyPros wants to send us. Corbin Carroll will be there. You know what'll happen too? Corbin Carroll, that helmet that's going to get signed for FantasyPros.
Yeah.
If he makes the All-Star game, it'll happen at the All-Star game.
Where is it this year?
It's in Washington, where he's from. That's why he will. Right. It is in Washington.
That's not a bad ballpark, by the way. I like that ballpark. By the way, Frederick Dute, Strawberry. That's one of the 2 remaining. Darryl Strawberry, great one. There's one more. I'll give you a clue. One of the great base stealers of the 80s. And no, it's not Vince Coleman because that guy could never hit home runs. So think about a great base stealer. It's not Ricky Henderson. Let's see if you get it with the clue there. So really good. No, it's not Ken Griffey Jr. either, everybody. The Dodgers option to Gavin Stone back to AAA. Enough with you, Gavin Stone, because Bobby Miller's awesome and he stinks. So your thoughts on this development here for the Dodgers rotation?
Bye-bye, Gavin. See ya, Bobby Miller. I'm a huge fan of Bobby Miller. This is my thing. I was like, Bobby Miller's going to be the guy. He's going to win this gig. I'm in it. Stuff plus across the board. He's throwing a lot of different pitches. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to end up meshing because he's not getting a ton of whiffs, but he's throwing 5 different pitches at double-digit percentages, yet he has this really dominant fastball. So I was almost kind of, maybe he could hone it in just a tiny bit, but whatever. Like, this is the anti-Bryce Miller. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bryce Miller was all fastball, and then finally he had to show the other stuff, and that didn't go well. Bobby Miller is all of the stuff that isn't necessarily inducing big whiffs. I think it'll get there. I think it'll kind of be like a Tanner Bybee type of situation where once he finds the rhythm, 3 pitches can take over. Either way, Bobby Miller's such a great buy right now. I'm all in.
Oh, you can get him. Some interesting choices. Eric Davis was a very good one. It's not Eric Davis. It's not Barry Bonds. So I'll give you one more clue. Oh, I don't even need to, because Freddie just did it. Freddie Dinger, Tim Raines with the Montreal Expos.
So reset that. What was the stat and all the names?
These were the only guys in the history of baseball to be less than 22 years old and have 2 games in the same month where they hit a home run and stole 2 bags in the same game.
Fun little names fact. Were again?
It was Tim Raines, Darryl Strawberry, Mike Trout,
Alex
Rodriguez, and of course Corbin Carroll. So pretty good company.
It's a good list.
Corbin Carroll. By the way, Ellie De La Cruz hit a walk-off homer last night too before we closed the rookie lookie. Just saying. I mean, it's any minute now. I keep waiting for it. I keep checking. It's any minute now.
If he's not on the roster when I'm back on Friday, like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing here? He did did you see him trolling everybody? He did the Post Malone Instagram, and then he did the Jimmy Butler, like, thank you, I'm coming to Boston. Like, come on, let's go. Let's get this kid up already. All right, injuries. Max Muncy returned from the hamstring injury yesterday. Great. Eduardo Rodriguez on the 15-day IL. He's got a left index finger pulley rupture. Pulley? Yeah. Is that the official? He's got a pulley rupture?
He's got a finger pulley rupture. You ever have a problem with your finger pulley?
Yeah, I think a lot of dads do. They're like,
I think that's it. Hey, look, check this for me, son. I gotta. It's like a Norm Macdonald bit. Hey, I gotta check this. Yeah, I gotta strain in my finger pulley. Can you pull it back into place?
Pull my finger. Oh, OJ Simpson killed it. That would be the joke. If you know Norm Macdonald, I just did a really great Norm Macdonald. Yeah,
that was a really good watch. All right. Matt Manning, by the way, threw a bullpen session Tuesday. He could be a guy who could fill in eventually, but it looks like you're going to get Reese Olson taking the first open spot for Eduardo Rodriguez. He's got a 6.38 ERA, but in his last 2 outings, he has 19 strikeouts in 10 innings. So I don't know what kind of weird lightning in a bottle they might catch there. The Yankees have Harrison Bader on the 10-day IL with the hamstring strain. We got an update on Riley Green right before the show. So Riley Green tweaked his leg. He stayed in for the inning. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. I was wrong. It's a 10-day IL stint for him. Left fibula stress fracture. So that's not good.
That's not horrible injury.
And he had just started to get better. He was just on. We just had a conversation last week about Riley Green. We were getting excited, and then this happens. We
were just trading for him too.
We just did this. But what are you gonna do? Jesse Winker, 10-day IL for him, retroactive with the neck strain. Juan Soto was back with the back issue, and the Orioles officially put Cedric Mullins on the 10-day IL with a groin strain. I'm going to predict you do not see him in the month of June. Welsh, what do you think?
Groin strain, yes, I agree with
I would think
they're going to want him to be 100%.
July 4th. That's my guess. Also, because of the Cedric Mullins injury, the Orioles went out there and they signed Aaron Hicks off the scrap heap in deeper leagues.
He's starting today, hitting like 6.
I know.
That's crazy.
I would pick him up in a 14, 15 team league. I mean,
I get weirded out when guys get signed and then are just starting. Like Gary Sanchez just got signed and he was like in the lineup yesterday. And that's so weird. And like Aaron Hicks is there and they just throw him in. Like there's no other. It's like the Orioles had like one of the best outfield prospects in all of baseball, Colton Cowser, who they could have brought up, or they had any options. It's crazy.
By the way, good question here in the chat from Go Cards. Any news on Joe Adell? Anytime soon coming back. I feel like they're just kind of cycling through. Taylor Ward hit a home run yesterday.
You remember
stopped.
They've got God's gift, Mickey Moniak. So don't forget about that. Who's leading off today? No, I mean Joe. Like this is so telling. I want to like Joe Adell. Talk with him. He's a smart kid, really talented, athletic. But guess what? They have Mickey Moniak and Taylor Ward struggling, and they have Mickey Moniak. Joe Adell's hitting 119-mile-an-hour balls, and he can't do anything. They're not even considering him.
Nope.
There is no consideration until all the guys are injured. So Joe Adell is going to have to do this on another team. He's going to end up having to do this on the Tigers or wherever he's going to end up getting traded. So the update is he hits the ball really hard in AAA, and he's probably going to break some great AAA records. It's just not going to be in the majors anytime soon.
Yeah.
Until he gets called up tomorrow, because I just said that.
I agree. He's a absolute change of scenery guy.
Even if he got called up, though, would anybody care? It's like the bear in the wood. Would you care if he got, I wouldn't care. I'm telling you right now, if everyone was like, the Angels are calling up Joe, I wouldn't care. Like, what's he going to, I know exactly what's going to happen. I know this story. He's going to hit one homer, 115. He's going to strike out 35% of the time. He'll hit nothing, 94 and higher up in the zone. And it'll be the same story as always. So it's like, I just don't care. If he gets called up, don't care.
3 up and 3 down from last night. Freddie Freeman, big day at the plate, 4 for 5 with a bomb. Miles Michaelis, by the way, 8 shutout innings, so pretty good for him. 10 strikeouts. And then Ben Lively, another good start from him. 5 2/3, 6 Ks. The ERA is at 1.99. I think you could add him right now. The down yesterday, Joe Ryan. It's a bad start for him, but I would not think anything of this. 5 earned runs in 4 innings. But fun fact, he has an ERA under 2 against the rest of the league this year against the Astros, and the 2 starts against the Astros, an ERA of 8. So clearly the Astros are onto something with Joe Ryan that nobody else is. So if everybody would be studying the Astros game tape, they'd probably do much better about Joe Ryan.
Yeah, the game plan is Jordan Alvarez. That's the game plan. And Kyle
that could also be part of it. Alex Fado had that one good start. Now he's faded away. 6 earned runs in 4 1/3 for him. And Sandy Alcantara last night, 6 1/3, 4 earned, 5 walks. Well, why can't this guy get right?
Changeup is messed up. The pitch mix is matched up.
I'm depressed.
I don't know.
Just flat out depressed about
this. Was something. Shout out to Frank Stampfel. We talked about, and he had Sandy as like his big bust, and I never identified him as a bust. But the one thing I jumped in to say was the thing that Sandy didn't have in his favor is he didn't have that huge strikeout upside for him. Right. Like, so if he were to fade back, this is like what's happening with Manoah. If he fades back, he can't like make good, like Kopech can have like, I'm not trying to compare, but like Kopech can have like a 5 inning, give up 4 or 5 runs, but strike out 10. Like there's no extra benefit that is going on with Sandy. And then I just don't think any of us predicted the walks to be at this level. So his command is shoddy. His changeup is not hitting like it is. And it's like, we're at June. I don't know, man. He's moved down levels of players we have to value more the rest of the season, but I just don't know where this is going to turn. Would you rather have Zach Gallen or Sandy Alcantara rest of season
Zach
starting
Gallen.
today?
There's no hesitation. Still Zach Gallen for me.
Okay, just
but I had Gallen closer to Alcantara going into the year than most people. I had Gallen and Spencer Strider right there with the super elite guys. I had them ahead of guys like Verlander and Scherzer, so my board looked very different than other people's. But just last week against Colorado, Alcantara looked really good. I was like, okay, he's starting to turn things around because you saw the ERA was high still, but the FIP was getting better and the strikeout rate was above 9 per 9 Ks. Like it was starting to trend better. So this was frustrating for sure.
And
definitely.
And something that we didn't talk enough about, because this is brought up and someone just brought this up in the chat and they're right. I heard the broadcast and the last start talk about this and it was very minimally talked about in the preseason. We spent so much time talking about the effect the shift had on hitters.
Right.
And we didn't put a ton of focus on pitchers. So now you take ground ball pitchers and maybe the luck factor that gets taken away. And it was real. I think that was the hardest thing to do was quantify what effect will this ultimately have on more ground ball pitchers. And in Sandy's case, it looks a lot more dramatic than we had guessed. And the shift is obviously playing a much bigger role. Maybe he's less comfortable throwing the changeup in specific spots because of the fielding coverage. I don't know. It just stinks. It stinks. And I still want to buy on Sandy, but the price I think is going to now get to a place where this is more viable because I think people are getting frustrated and sick of it.
All right, let's turn the page from yesterday to today and officially start the new prize picking. That's right. Go download the PrizePicks app or just go to prizepicks.com. Use that promo code leading off. Get 100% deposit match up to $100 when you use the promo code leading off. So use the promo code leading off at PrizePicks. Welsh, pick some prizes.
Wow. All right. Let's go out with a bang. Let's go out today. Let's pick one up. I will tell you, I tried to be negative. I tried to be a negative Nancy, a little negative Welsh here. I wanted to do a hater sandwich or the hater's ball, but I couldn't find it. So we've got some ups, some overs. Today, Jared Schuster, we're going back to the Braves against the A's. We are taking a Braves pitcher on the strikeouts. Jared Schuster over 4.5. He has hit this over his last couple. He's having some good outings. And it's A's. I know they have all their wins against them. Hunter Brown and Louis Varland, no-run first inning. They also have a strikeout one, which is interesting. But I decided to go with the no-run first inning. I love Hunter Brown. Louis Varland's got me a little bit worried, but we're going to go with it. And Vladdy, we talked about him. I'm going to go with total bases 1.5 over for today. So that's my price picks.
All right. For me, I'm going to go with Mookie Betts, hitter fantasy score over 9 against the Nats and Patrick Corbin. Bo Bichette against Julio Teheran. What a blast from the past. I couldn't believe when I saw his name crop back up last week. So let's troll him. I'm going to go with Bo Bichette, hitter fantasy score over 8.5. And Rafael Devers just 7.5 against Cincinnati. So give me him against Weaver
you
tonight.
Picked really good matchups, by the way. I just want to point out, if people get that, you've got Betts against Patrick Corbin in Washington, which there's some bits of that game I like. You've got Milwaukee with Teheran and Bichette, and then Cincinnati with Luke Weaver. So you pick some really good matchups.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm just trolling bad pitching. That's what I'm looking to do right now. That's how you get back on track. Betting wise, I don't love the games today. I really don't.
Agree.
There's not a lot of things. So instead, let's go to the prop market. Lourdes Gurriel at home. 0.5 RBIs. You can get this on Betting Pros at plus 155. That's a great number. All he's got to do is drive in a run. I like that a lot. Mitch Keller, 2.5 earned runs. I'm going to go with the under on that bad boy. And I'm going to go with the over on the strikeout total at 6.5. So put those two things together with again, some of the juice is a little tricky, but what you're going to do is you're going to put those two things together. Keller, 2.5 earned runs, under 6.5 strikeouts. They had a big win last night. I think they have a little momentum going there. And go to the Pirates to win, put that all together into a little parlay. I think you could get that done. Welsh, how about you? What are you looking for in the betting stuff today? It's a little down night tonight.
But again, like I think like the specific positional props, they've gotten really difficult. I'll tell you, I'm actually trying to start to focus on more unders right now because I think we're like hedged a little bit on overs. And I look at the market and it's like there's not a lot of advantages. I love your Keller 2.5 earned runs under. I really like that one. I actually might play that one today. The only other two that I've honed in on, Jared Schuster, like we said, the 4.5 strikeouts. He's hit that over his last couple. The A's
he's been good.
Well, and one of the, and I targeted Bryce Elder yesterday. A's struggle against lefties. Schuster's picked it up. It's 4.5 and it's not juice crazy minus 115. So I really like that one. And I'm playing a full game over the Dodgers in Washington. And I kind of wanted to play the first 5, but I'm going to go with against Corbin, against Senga. I'm going to go with the full 9.5 over runs being scored on the Dodgers side in pretty big degrees. Patrick Corbin has been good, but this is against the Dodgers team. So I like that one. 9.5 full game over Dodgers, Washington. Those are my only 2 bets that I'm really in love with right now.
All right. Another thing that I'm just in love with, besides the Welsh and besides all the peanuts and Cracker Jacks, who I love, it's So Rare MLB. Go to fantasypros.com/collect. Sign up today for free. Build, manage your fantasy baseball team. If you like fantasy baseball, if you like digital cards or just opening packs and getting players, you scout, you buy, you sell, you compete, and it's all fun. Fantasypros.com/collect. And don't forget, you can also join our league, fantasypros.com/leadingoffleague. It's So Rare. So go support our sponsors. Go make some prize picks. Go do some So Rare. That's how we stay on these shows talking to you every single day because our sponsors. So please, from Joey P to you, give them some love. If you never tried PrizePicks, try it. It's fun. If you never tried So Rare, I'm in on it. Try it. It's fun.
And I would tell you with So Rare too, it is free to play and you get to draft your first set of cards. You can win cards as you play. And then we've got 2 contests going on where there's the common all-stars, which is free common cards. And then there is the limited all-stars, which you can buy the limited cards. Prizes get bigger, cards get bigger. We've got MLB.TV subscriptions up there. But even if you just want to play for free and give it a try, go and do it. Check it out at So Rare Fantasy. Instas have bragging rights. Beat up Joe.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a good feeling. Whenever you beat Joe, it's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. All right. DFS today. Aaron Nola, 9.9K. I think he's sneaky only because it's the Mets, and the Mets are going to Mets sometimes. So Nola hasn't been great this year. I'm looking for that Aaron Nola get right start again. So let's just plug and play it. Hunter Brown, 10.5K. Good situation, good matchup for him. George Kirby at 9.2, but especially Hunter Brown in that matchup today. Look for a lot of strikeouts. That would be my favorite play on the board. Philly, Toronto, Arizona. That's what I'm looking for, especially Philly going against Carrasco. Ezekiel Tovar, just 2.5. Jake McCarthy, who's been very good since getting called up again. I know Welsh hates him, but I don't care. He's just 2.6 and getting more into that Toronto lineup too. We talked about Bichette and Vlad. Dalton Varsho, just 2.9K too. I think my boy is starting to heat up a little bit. So I'm going with Julio Rodriguez for my home run call tonight. Again, I think it's coming. Look at this. You see Primetime got up to 20. Razor still at 19. Carlson at 18, along with BHB Daddy.
Where am I at?
You're not.
I thought I had 2 this weekend. Wouldn't that put me at 16? Yeah, I thought I had Jordan Alvarez.
I don't know.
Wonky. Someone check, because did you guys tag it? The long weekend I had Jordan Alvarez, and I'm pretty sure I picked up 2, unless I am incorrect here.
Welsh is throwing a flag on the play. We'll see if we can get an official ruling on that. In the meantime, if you want to get involved in this, again, tomorrow's a brand new month, so more prizes for every month. FantasyPros.com/chat. Join the Discord. It's free to join, but again, premium members are the ones who can make home run calls in the channel. So go premium today, FantasyPros.com/premium, or just drop a comment below in the video and subscribe to the channel, and you could win a 1-year free premium upgrade. Welsh, who are you going with your home run call today as we debate whether or not you are close to being on the board again?
Yeah, Wonky. I have 16 and they didn't put me on the board. Screw who up. Put that board back up. Put that board back up.
Oh,
Joe.
No.
Put that board up.
No. Hold on a second. I've got to make your pick, and then I'll bring the board
up there. By the way, I was making such a good read on the So Rare, and then apparently I had some thing that jerked out there.
There's your board.
I love Larry. I love Larry. Larry's got to go. MT Fisher, got to go. You got to put me on the board. Damn it. Put me on the board for next time. Please. All right. Hopefully things don't mess up. Can't fit. You can get the Welsh on there. I'm not that big. You calling me fat, Wonky? I can fit on the board, please.
Wonky doesn't make the board. Ethan makes the board. So everybody don't get on Wonky here.
Ethan's so good, by the way. You guys don't know how good Ethan is. Jorge Soler.
So Jorge Ethan, by the way, phenomenal basketball player. Oh my God. Really? He's like Larry Bird. You cannot stop this guy. And he's got the mustache too. Oh my God, Ethan is unbelievable. We played in at the Fantasy Pros. We always at our retreat. We always have the big, we have our games and stuff. We play football, basketball, all these things we do. But Ethan is terrifying on a basketball. It's like trying to play against Larry Bird. It's unbelievable. He's a big, tall, white guy with a mustache, and he's got feathered hair, and he is unstoppable.
I'm pretty good too. I beat you in that little shit guy, but you'd be surprised. Big guy. You'd be surprised.
Trust me, he is unbelievable.
We need to get a game. Going on here. Home run call
was enough for me. I learned my lesson.
Jorge Soler absolutely has been destroys lefties. I believe it's like under 50 at bats, and he's got like 8 homers off of it. He's absolutely on fire. I was going through multiple decisions, but I have landed on Soler. Shout out to whoever it is in our chat who always pick Soler like every time last week, and they should be at the top of the board, but they're not. Who are you going with?
I'm going with Julio. Julio's my guy.
Oh yeah, Julio.
I like the Julio. That's where I'm sticking. And I'll tell you this much too. When it comes to these home runs, I have had a bad month of May. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just can't seem to get it right. I don't know. I got like 8 or something. I'm terrible this year. I don't know what's going on.
Come on, Joey. Go back to your old days where you're just like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge just for like 2 weeks.
Well, Welsh, enjoy the water slides tomorrow. Yeah, the cauldron of enjoy the cesspool of germs of small children tomorrow. It's a great time. It's so much fun. If there's only, if you can only have private water park time, that would be the best.
Yeah, it's today. I'll be there in a couple hours. Listen, I will have no more money, so I'll be looking for more gigs with Fantasy Pros to hire me for more things, because they give you a little wristband.
The good news is your kids are older now, so you're not like in the kiddie pool area. Your kids are older now.
No. They'll take care of themselves.
So that's better.
Yeah, I'll like just be like, oh yeah, please charge it to my wristband, and I'll have no.
Do they have a bar
at
that one? They have a bar.
Oh, they have bars outside. Bars, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be drinking. I'm gonna be eating. I'm gonna enjoy a day and think about all of you and what I'm gonna miss tomorrow. But I will be very excited. Oh,
Bogman will be here, so it'll be a good time. So Welsh, enjoy the time with the family. It's good to see you, my friend, after the long holiday weekend. It's good to see all you Peanuts and Cracker Jacks too. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you soon, kids. Bye.
Well, bye.